Ciao belli, how are you? Marco Fuso here. Today I'm gonna show you how to make ciabatta bread with Biga. Okay, this amazing preferment, this is a solid preferment which donates to that ciabatta all these beautiful bubbles inside, wonderful flavor and a nice crunchy. Okay, how we proceed with that? We're going to create first our biga. How? With three elements: flour, water and fresh yeast. You can use also dried yeast. When I give you out the recipe in 1 second time, just divide 2 times my amount of fresh yeast for the amount of dried yeast you're going to add to the biga. Okay? So we got 400 grams of flour, 00, medium strong flour, 200 grams of cold water from the tap, and 5 grams of fresh yeast. How am I going ahead to create my preferment? Very simple. I take my yeast like that, I crumble it into my flour, and with a spoon I start to combine the two briefly, that way. Okay, after a few seconds I can go in with my water. All the water is fine. So water, yeast and flour now are all together. The biga is not an actual dough, but it's actually is a rough dough. So what I'm going to do is just mix these 3 ingredients just for a couple of minutes, just to make sure the flour absorbed the water and make sure I won't develop the gluten structure. Once my biga will be ready, the process for its fermentation is basically 16 to 20 hours at one temperature to be very close, between 16 and 20 degrees. Okay, my biga is actually ready. The biga will be ready when there will be no more raw flour in the bottom. So my biga is ready. So in 1 second I'm gonna show you how it looks. Okay, I'm gonna make sure all the flour, the rough flour, is gone. Alright, so this is how my biga look right now after a couple of minutes more or less of mixing with a spoon. So it's something very quick to do. How I said, I will let it to rest or ferment for between 16 and 20 hours at 16 to 20 degrees. So try to find the chillest spot that you could have in your house. Then in 1 second I will transfer this to a plastic container. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wrap it with cling film just to show you, and then like that. You need to do a couple of holes, or 1 big should be more than enough. This is to make our biga during its fermentation brief. Alright, so our biga is ready. I'll see you in 16 hours. So guys, welcome back. After 16 hours my biga look like that. Okay, it has raising very slightly. So next step is to combine now all the ingredients for the actual dough. Okay, so what I do is I take all my biga, I go into the mixer like that. The other ingredients that I'm going to add are 150 grams of water, 100 grams of flour, 2 grams of fresh yeast, if you have dried, 1 will be enough, and 12 grams of sea salt. Okay, so I put my Biga in and all the flour. I put some water. I set my mixer to the first speed. Yeah, and let it go. I'm ready to go with the fresh yeast as well, right now. And then the salt will be one of the last ingredients that I'm going to add. My dough is ready. It was in the mixer for about 12 minutes, okay? So I got this bread dough or ciabatta at 70% hydration. This is water related on flour. So what I do few foldings like that. Okay, and I leave it to rest for 10 minutes. Okay, where I'm gonna give another series of folding again. Okay guys, back after 10 minutes. Few foldings again. Then one container, tiny bit of oil. Spread the oil to the wool of the container. Take your dough, place it in the container, cover with cling film and wait for 3 hours. In 3 hours time we're going to portion our ciabatta bread. Guys, after 3 hours our bread, ciabatta bread, it's ready for the portions. So this is my ciabatta bread, how it looks. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I will need 1 tray and some baking paper. So I'm just gonna measure how big my paper has to be. There, perfect. So I use some semolina but also you can use flour, that's not a problem. I let my dough stay like that. Then we got here around 800 something grams of dough. So what I'm gonna do, I try to do a rectangular shape, okay, and I will do 4 pieces. Each piece is approximately 200 and something grams. So little bit of flour, not that much. Then I'm going to divide my dough like that. Now I got 1 and 2. Little bit more flour. This is very important now. The part that we just cut will be the top of our bread. So I do that, I let it sit, very gentle, very gentle. I put my dough on top of my tray. This dough will rest for another hour. After 1 hour, we're going to bake our dough in our house oven at 250 degrees in the bottom part of the oven. This for 8-10 minutes. After 10 minutes maximum, we're going to reduce the temperature to 220 degrees, and then we'll let it continue to cook for another 10 to 15 minutes. This depends on the different ovens we all got home. And try to spray some water in the meantime. That will make your dough a little bit more crispy with a little bit of steam inside. The last 5 minutes, okay, this is very important, we need to open the door of our house oven. Try to find something to be a gap. I normally use a ladle, okay, and cook like that for 5 minutes. This will be very good for our bread to dry out all the humidity. So at the end we will have the bread ciabatta with all this fantastic bubble inside. So the last 5 minutes, you open your door, you put a ladle like that, and then you leave a little gap just to dry out your bread. Guys, welcome back. Our ciabatta bread, it's ready. It's lovely, crispy, and hopefully lots of bubble inside. So let's discover together how it is. Listen this sound. Le voila. So this was homemade bread to make home, and I think this result is something amazing. All right, it smells beautiful. Thank you so much for watching this video. Follow my channel, follow me on Instagram, Marco Fuso Pizza, and see you next video. Bye bye.